Hola estudiantes. This lesson of grammar is about the gerund, el gerundio. So in English, you form the gerund by adding the ending ing on the end of the verb. And you can combine this with a helping verb to describe an action in progress. So for example, the verb to be, we can conjugate it to are. We are, play, ing ending, playing darts. To keep on, conjugated as we kept on playing darts. Or the verb to go on, conjugated as we went on playing darts. So actions in progress, whether in the present or the past. El gerundio en español can also be combined with different helping verbs. And here's how you do that. You form the gerund by dropping the infinitive ending, so dropping the AR or the ER or the IR ending and adding ando to AR verbs or iendo to ER and IR verbs. So jugar becomes jugando, hacer becomes haciendo, vivir becomes viviendo. Let's do three more. Write the gerund of bailar, correr, y escribir. You should have written bailando, corriendo, escribiendo. When the stem of an ER or IR verb ends in a vowel, you'll change the iendo to yendo con Y with a Y. So leer becomes leyendo. Now write the gerunds of these three verbs following that pattern. Destruir, oír, y creer. You should have destruyendo, oyendo, y creyendo with the letter Y. Stem changing IR verbs also have a stem change in the gerund form. So dormir becomes durmiendo, divertir becomes divirtiendo, and so on. So write the gerund of these three verbs, morir, seguir, y pedir. You should have written muriendo, O to U, siguiendo, E to I, y pidiendo, E to I. Combine the gerund with helping verbs to say when or how something happens. Combine it with a star to form progressive tenses describing actions in progress. Estamos jugando al ajedrez. We're playing chess right now. Estábamos jugando al dominó cuando llamó Fede. We were playing dominoes when Fede called. So I want you to write what you're doing right now using the gerund. Estoy, finish the sentence. You probably have something like escuchando a profe, escribiendo, haciendo mi tarea, or whatever. And I also want you to write what you were doing before you started your homework. Yo estaba, and then the gerund right here, antes de que empecé mi tarea. What were you doing? Remember, the gerund is an ando for AR verbs or an iendo for ER or IR verbs. Combine it with seguir to say what somebody is still doing or kept on doing. Yo sigo queriendo probar ese nuevo juego virtual. I still want to try out that new virtual game. Aunque se hizo tarde, seguimos jugando el futbolín. Although it got late, we kept on playing foosball. Now tell me something that you kept on doing even though it was difícil. Yo seguí, and then the gerund form of the verb that you kept on doing, even though it was difficult. Combine with the gerund with andar to say going around doing something. Ricardo andaba buscando su reproductor MP3, pero no lo encontró. Ricardo was going around looking for his MP3 player, but he didn't find it. And now I want you to think about somebody in our class that goes around doing something. Put their name right here, so-and-so, anda, and then the gerund form of the verb you want to use, todos los días. So so-and-so goes around doing whatever verb you choose every day. You can combine the gerund with llevar to say have or had been doing something for a length of time. Llevo muchos años jugando al tenis. I've been playing tennis for many years. Llevábamos 2 horas patinando cuando tú llegaste. We had been skating for 2 hours when you got here, or when you arrived. So now tell me something that you have been doing for a length of time. Start your sentence with yo llevo, then how long you've been doing that activity, and then the gerund and any more information you might need. You can use this as your example. I've been playing tennis for many years. So it doesn't have to be many years. It can be a certain number of months, a certain number of years, or even a certain number of hours or minutes. And then the gerund form of the verb, ando or yendo. You can also combine the gerund with certain verbs of emotion. The verb tells the direction of the motion, and the gerund tells the manner. For example, combine it with salir to express out. Después del partido, todos salieron corriendo. Salieron is that they went out, they left, they went out. How did they go out? By what manner? By running. After the game, everyone ran out running. So I want you to say how you go out when class is over. Cuando la clase termina, yo salgo. Tell me the manner by which you leave the classroom using a gerund where that blank is. I can combine the gerund with venir to express here. Pedimos el bus, así que vinimos caminando. We missed the bus, so we walked here. You can combine the gerund with ir to express there. Carlos no quería esperar el bus para ir a la cancha, así que fue caminando. Carlos didn't want to wait for the bus to go to the tennis court, so he walked there. So I want you to write this sentence and finish it. Profe ran here because she arrived late. Profe vino, and then what gerund would it be to say that I ran here because I was running late, porque llegó tarde. You can combine the gerund with irse to express off or away. Después de perder el partido, Luz se fue manejando. After losing the game, Luz drove off or drove away. You can combine the gerund with volver to express back. Aunque fuimos al partido en metro, yo decidí volver caminando. Although we took the subway to the game, I decided to walk back. Oh man, I forgot my phone at home. I have to drive back. So fill in the correct gerund in this sentence. Profe volvió, and then the manner in which I did it, a casa, porque se le olvidó el teléfono. So fill in the appropriate gerund there for drove back. All right, so that's a little bit more about gerundios, gerunds. Hasta luego.